What up, world? Tuned in to another episode of Dallas Ebonics, where we talk black. It's been a while since I've been on this platform. I've really been spending all my time on Spotify. I like Spotify. So if you want to check out my content, that's where I be at. The link is in the description. I talk about a lot of different topics, man. Y'all know how I'm rocking, so just go check me out. But today I want to talk about something I seen on Facebook, talking about the Black Panther Party is reigniting in Philly. So you can see the post right here to my left or right, whatever side this is. Basically, they saying that they reignited so they can defend ICE. And y'all know Facebook will just say anything. You know, you can't just trust anything on the internet. You feel me? But not just this post. I end up seeing this video with the Black Panther Party, or I guess some kind of branch from the Black Panther Party in Philly. And let's just watch the video and we'll come back and talk about it.
I can hold my gun like this. It's the law. Philadelphia Crime Code 6108 says I can hold my long arm in my hand. This can't hit my finger on the trigger, which is not. So don't ask me to do nothing that's against the law. Can I help you? I'm out here minding my business. I'm out here to control and watch you. Anything else? Because you guys like beating up our teenagers. Somebody sent us a video of y'all beating up a teenager.
Y'all, wasn't it?
Huh? It was y'all. You're a police officer. You part of that. You part of that. It was y'all. It was y'all. You don't like to be labeled in with the slave catchers. You shouldn't have touched their hole, sellout. You are a sellout. You wearing their shit. You are a sellout. You ain't protecting shit. You got to do whatever they tell you to, including hurt your people. Because you're walking up to me and I don't like you and I don't trust you and I don't got no conversation with you. So unless you're investigating the crime, leave me the fuck alone.
When I'm here,
I don't care. I got a gun license right here. This is legal. Philadelphia Crime Code 6108. Move your car out of people's way and get the fuck out of my face. Thank you, officer.
have a good day.
You have a bad one. Sell out. Fuck out of here. You smiling for? Sell out. Do you know where you came from? Slave catchers hired you to help catch their property, which was us. Slave catcher controls the origin of that badge. You bitch ass nigga. The fuck out of here.
All right, so y'all seen that. And I'm not really sure who the individual is in the video. I just have to assume that it's somebody from some kind of branch of the Black Panther Party, just on the strength that it's on his jacket. And this is not to be critical of the Black Panther Party in any way. You know, I'm just someone with an opinion and I'm just stating my opinion. I just don't feel like that this type of energy is in the best interest of black people, because I just don't understand what is it that you're really wanting. Like, you know, you're calling him a sellout for being a police officer. I'm just trying to understand, what is it that you want? You want the KKK to be the police? So you want nobody to be the police other than the KKK. How is that in the best interest of our people? We need our people in different factions of the government too, bro. Like, all of us have to play a part. Everybody can't play your part. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to work together. The finger can't do what the foot can do. You feel what I'm saying? The ear can't do what the nose can do. We all got to play a part so the body can function. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't really see how yelling on the side of the road, calling him a sellout, is beneficial. And you can see the police car say Philly on it. You know what I'm saying? You doing all this cussing and all this hollering, and it's a school bus in the back of the video. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's just be realistic, bro. Let's be logical. What I see is a police officer being very cool and you know, well kept together. And I see a deranged man on the side of the road doing a whole bunch of hollering and cussing. You know, so, and that's not to say that there's not a position for you to play. There is a position for you. But I just don't feel like us on the side of the road arguing with each other is beneficial. You know, and also, I think it's a lot more things that the Black Panther Party can be doing than sitting around yelling at the police. We already did that. It got us nowhere. Why would we need to do that all over again? We know our relationship with the police ain't great. We already know. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. I just think that the Black Panther Party could be pooling resources together with the police and with other factions that can get us somewhere. They have a Black Police Association. Even out here in Dallas, they have a Black Police Officer Association. Hey, man, we don't have to team up necessarily with the government. We can do things underground. We can do things on the low. Like, everything don't got to be for the public to see and all. Hey, man, we got things that need to get done just with our people. So, teaming up to go against ICE, I'm not really understanding how that's benefiting us. And I know we have the whole narrative of, you know, we're the minority, quote unquote, that bucks against the system, and all the other minorities look to us to go on the front lines and die and go to jail to defend everybody else. Hey, man, what have we gained from that? Now, if we was on some like real, you know, like political type of time where it's like we have some kind of agreed upon loyalty for being on the front lines, and the other minorities kind of like really, you know, agree to give us something, we're not getting that. We don't have any kind of agreement for any kind of anything. So, and that's not to say it's nothing against the Mexicans. Don't nobody agree with that shit that ICE is doing. Don't nobody agree with that shit. So, that's not to say that we don't think that they're a problem, but jumping out there on the front lines to defend them people just to get nothing in return, why would we do that? Why would we do that? No, I put an episode on my podcast saying if the Mexicans want us to jump out and defend them, whether it be physically or whether it be through the politics that we have a thorough understanding of and are very entrenched in, then we got to get something back for our investment. Let's just be 1,000. Like, you know, as far like I can understand individually, like, you know, individually, we're not, you know, advocating for that. Okay, we don't need $1 to advocate against it. You feel me? I understand that. But I'm just saying, as far as like us as a people, why would we do anything or show any kind of force or power as a collective for another collective and get nothing in return? Like, let's just be realistic. So, who agreed on this shit? That we just gonna go up against ICE? Why would we do that? Like, physically. It's so many other problems that we have that we can be tending to. But this is what we feel like is the priority. I'm just not seeing that, bro. And when we needed somebody to be there for us, didn't nobody jump out on them front lines for us. We had a couple people that spoke up about us, and we ain't gonna act like we didn't see that. Yeah, it was a couple that spoke up about us, but nobody jumped out there to go to jail and die. Like, let's just be real, bro. And I think this is one of black people's issues, that we just be doing too much. And actually, Hampton Jr. came out with a statement. I'm gonna put it right here. He came out with a statement about all this that's going on with the Black Panther Party, or this new Black Panther Party. And, you know, it's on the screen. You can read it for yourself. And basically saying it's other things that we should be focusing on. And I wholeheartedly agree. It's other things that we should be focusing on than trying to, you know, get a bunch of attention for going up against ICE. And this is why it's so important that we think. Because this narrative that black people are rising up against ICE, it just sounds too expected. You see what I'm saying? Like it almost sounds like they fishing. Have y'all seen, it was a video that came out of some black people that got pulled over by the police, and they were basically saying, oh, y'all pulling us over. And the caption was like, they're obviously black people, right? But they was fucking with us. And I've seen other black people, you know, on the news and shit, getting assaulted by the police. If I can find some videos, I'm gonna post them right here.
Video shows one teenager being detained. Tonight, their attorney says they are an American citizen and have since been released. As for the crash, DHS says 2 undocumented immigrants were arrested. King tells me he sat with both of them in a car for hours before he was released.
They just accepted their defeat, you know. It wasn't no talking in the back between both of them, and they knew each other. I just graduated high school, so they could come for literally anybody, and that's not right.
Basically, all these people that being, you know, assaulted and harassed, and it's like they fishing. You see what I'm saying? It's like they looking for our triggers. You know, they know what to get us riled up. And y'all remember all that shit that happened with Black Lives Matter back after the George Floyd shit? Bro, like, it looked like they fishing. They just want to get us all excited, go out there and talking about some old, y'all gonna respect us and y'all not gonna treat all these people like this. And then, in the end, we ain't gonna get shit. And everybody that's really about that shit gonna get locked up and killed. We already went through this in 2020 with the whole George Floyd shit after Black Lives Matter came and took everybody's money and dipped. Then you got Hampton Jr. coming out saying that the Black Panthers ain't got nothing to do with these new niggas running around talking about they coming in the name of the Black Panther. Let's use our brain, bro. We gotta think. What's really going on? You know, is this some real shit where the Black Panthers are coming together and we gotta fight against them powers and, you know, united we stand, all of those fake ass shit? Or is it just some political bullshit to get us riled up in something that ain't even got nothing to do with us? We gotta think. Don't react with your emotions. And this ain't taking nothing from dude that may be a part of this Black Panther group, whatever, that's trying to do something. Ain't taking nothing from nobody because his heart might be in the right place. But what I am saying is that we got to make sure we're not moving on our emotions. The guy's name that's supposed to be the chairman of this new Black Panther thing going on, his name is Paul Birdsong. I ain't never in my life met a black person with the last name Birdsong ever in my life. But that's his name, supposedly, Paul Birdsong. I don't know a lot of information about him. I'm going to look into it. But I'm just saying, I ain't taking nothing from dude. But what I am saying is that, you know, let's make sure we're not moving on our emotions and being used as some kind of play. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are really good at fishing for them real niggas and then using them and using their emotions against them. So just be smart, bro. Be very strategic. Be very calculated about everything that you do. And remember, everything you do reflects us as a whole. You know, so it's not just about you as an individual. Everything that the Black Panthers do reflect us as a whole. So, or everything with the Black Panthers name attached to it reflects us as a whole. So let's just be smart, bro. Let's not do anything impulsive that's going to get us in the same situation we was already in 2020. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. We already went through all this shit. Let's be smart. And I also believe that it's a bad image for us to be sitting here arguing with each other online. You know, y'all coming in the name of the Black Panther Party, but then the Black Panther Party come out and say that we don't even know these niggas and we ain't got nothing to do with these niggas. Oh, that's a bad look, bro. That's a bad look. Like, we need to be, you know, showing unity. Our unity is our power. Unity is anybody's power. You know what I'm saying? We need to be showing unity and we need to be talking about how we can move collectively. You know, like I said, there's a position for everybody to play. There is a position to be yelling at the police on the side of the road. Okay, cool. But there's also a position to be working in the neighborhoods. There's also a position to be branching out. You know, I've never seen the Black Panther Party in Dallas in my life. I know we have a lot of stuff that goes on here in terms of like the revolution, but all I see is niggas dying and going to jail. You know, let's talk about Micah Johnson. Niggas dying and going to jail. Let's talk about Rakeem. Niggas dying and going to jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see progress, you know, and that's not to say that it ain't black people that have done nothing. You know, we had somebody, Brother Shout out there in Highland Hills that did a whole lot of stuff some years ago, trying to clean up the pinks and the browns and a bunch of stuff over there in Highland Hills. If you know, you know, you feel me? So it ain't like individuals haven't done things, you know, but I'm saying in terms of the Black Panther Party, I haven't really seen a lot of outreach, you know. I'm just saying it's things that we should be doing collectively, and sitting around on the side of the road arguing with the police and doing a bunch of yelling. I'm just not seeing how that's benefiting us. You know, I think we need to really prioritize moving strategically and quietly. But I just think this was a bad look for us. And the first time we've been seen on this national type of platform, and we sitting here yelling at the police on the side of the road who ain't did nothing. On top of that, we need black police officers, bro. We need them. So that's just my opinion, bro. Hey, bro, I just, I want all of us to be great. I have an opinion just like somebody else might have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I just really want us to stop moving emotionally. Control your emotions, bro. All that hollering and yelling and shit, that shit ain't never did nothing for us. Control your emotions and let's move with purpose and intention. Stop jumping the bat for everybody who don't give a fuck about us. That's my opinion, bro. Holla at me.
Truth be told, I have been very intentional and I have been very purposeful about not addressing the current climate of the corporation of the United States of America. I have been very purposeful in not addressing the issues that have arisen from the CEO of the corporation of the United States of America. I have been very purposeful of not addressing the actions that have been taken by a particular group that was put in power by the CEO of the corporation of the United States of America. In other words, I have purposely stayed out of white folks' business, because I'm aware that it is energy harvesting. I'm aware that a lot of things have been scripted in order to bring about certain emotions from a certain group of people because they are aware of how powerful our energy is. It's not that I am apathetic to the situation. It's because I fully believe in karmic retribution. As I've stated before, you will reap what you sow. You cannot throw rocks and hide your hand. Everything you put out in the universe will come back.